We've always said it, that if you're good enough, you're old enough, and if you're good enough, you'll get an opportunity to play, and we have a lot of guys that are good enough right now.
The depth and the talent of Oregon football on full display Saturday as football returned to the walls of Autzen Stadium. How the new look Ducks showed the nation what they could be capable of this season in just a few seconds. That's what we call a tease in the business. Plus, over in Corvallis, a battle of former Pac-12 rivals, two teams, two new quarterbacks, and two new chances to right the wrongs of the previous season. A live look from Beaver Nation and so much more starts right now.
Now, this is College Football Game Night.
We are back. We are so back. Welcome back into the College Game Night. Nearly a full year has passed from the last show to this one, and it feels like we never left. I'm Brett Taylor. The same, though, can be said for those attending today's Oregon versus Montana State meeting in Autzen, where the Ducks showed why the talent that they acquired and developed during this offseason could pay some really big dividends this year. Let's get straight into the highlights. Welcome into beautiful Eugene, Oregon, where it still never rains in Autzen Stadium. Dante Moore getting his first start as an Oregon Duck. What would this 2025 squad look like in their first game? Well, first drive, it's Moore. And if this is any indication, Duck fans, you've got a lot to look forward to. Big first down pickup to keep the drive alive. Couple plays later, it's the other vet, Jane Lamar, showing the speed on the cut to get to the outside. Just the one person to beat, Tutty Oregon. And just like that, the Ducks strike first and striking often. Later in the quarter, it's Moore. Quick pass to Kenyon Sadiq. Did somebody say best tight end in the nation? Shaking off the tackle like it's nothing. Oregon opens up with back-to-back touchdowns. Second quarter, everybody getting involved now, even the freshman Jordan Davison. First career collegiate touchdown of his young season. End of the first half now. Moore looking for the connection. Malik Benson back of the end zone. Just a fantastic start for this newly revamped Oregon squad. We had some questions about what this unit would look like, and we got a glimpse of their potential. 6 drives, 6 scores. Dante Moore, 13 of 18 for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 quarters. A strong start in his first career start as QB for the Ducks, and the defense just elite. 4 tackles for a loss, a sack, and just the 1 penalty. Dan Lanning said he wanted to see clean football earlier this week, and that's exactly what he got in the first half. But could they keep it going in quarters 3 and 4? The answer, yeah. Moore back to pass, finds Jay Harris on the quick opener, breaks the tackle, and he's off to the races. Big play from the junior in open space, who brings it all the way to the Montana State red zone at the 15-yard line to perfectly set up this very next play. It's Moore. Quick shot to Gary Bryan Jr. and a walk-in touchdown from here on out. First tutty since the Fiesta Bowl nearly 2 years ago, when the celebrations are on for the offense and the defense late third quarter. Mateo Uiagalelei, remember me? Second sack of the afternoon, the Big Ten sack champion off to a great start. Time winding down in the third. Ducks back to work. Guess what? It's the freshman. Jordan Davison finds the end zone yet again. 3 touchdowns for this young man in his first collegiate game. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo cards. Number 7 Oregon rolls over Montana State to open up the 2025 season. A lot of positives in the win, and still a lot that Coach Lanning wants to see improved.
Always fun to see Autzen full, right? And our fans are great as always. I think a lot of things went right our way today. There's even some moments where we made mistakes and still had success. I was really proud of the fact that we got to see a lot of players in this game today. A lot of guys go out there and compete, and I think there's still a lot for us to be able to clean up and still give ourselves an opportunity to assess exactly where we're at. But overall, proud of the compete, proud of the guys never looking at the scoreboard and continue to just work and focus, and overall proud of the product.
So here's the final score, folks. A 59-13 thumping. Dante Moore, in his first career start as an Oregon QB, goes 18 of 23, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, 506 yards of total offense, a stark difference from just a year ago, and 3 sacks from the defense. And how about those 3 touchdowns from the freshman running back? So many storylines from this one. Reporter Israel LaRue joins us from Autzen Stadium to break down the nuts and bolts of this win.
The number 7 Oregon Ducks have won 3 straight home season openers and looked especially dominant against Montana State, the second-ranked team in the FCS. This Oregon team that only returned 3 stars from last season did not skip a beat in their first game together. And it was all led by new starting quarterback Dante Moore, who matched a career high, throwing for 3 touchdowns.
We had a couple of pressures, and he got us into checks that we talked about all week, and they created explosives. And I felt like for him, this only being his second year, honestly, being the leading quarterback, he did a great job of taking what we did all week and applying it to today.
But it wasn't just Moore who performed well. Oregon's depth was on full display, especially in the running back room, where 12 rushers rushed for 253 yards. With Noah Whittington establishing himself as a starting running back and freshman Jordan Davidson proving to be a goal line threat, punching in 3 touchdowns.
It's just crazy how there's just so many great running backs in one squad, and it's kind of, it feels great when you look to your left and you have a new running back in because it's new, fresh legs, and they're going to get 5 yards a pop. So just having a great run game, of course, is the best thing. As an offensive unit, you always want to have the most rushing yards.
And on the other end of the run game, the defensive line kept the top rushing team in the nation a season ago to just 46 yards. And once the game was well out of reach, Oregon put in its second and third stringers, allowing players to get that all-important in-game experience.
I've said it a bunch, but strength in numbers has got to be a weapon for us. And throughout the season, you never know who might go down and who might be up. And because of that, we want to make sure we get great experience for players that are playing above-the-line football.
Oregon will look to keep this momentum going next week against Oklahoma State at home as they start their journey towards another undefeated regular season. Reporting in Autzen Stadium, Israel LaRue, KZI 9 Sports.
All right, thank you, Izzy. Well, as Oregon football gears up for next week, as you just heard, Oregon State football still has plenty to worry about right now. Happening right now, it's a Pac-12 after dark reunion in Corvallis, where the California Golden Bears are looking to make it 2 straight years against the Beavers. Over the last 2, OSU and Cal, they've split that series, but with a brand new season, anything is possible. So let's get you a quick score update. Right now, the Beavers still trail 14-0. Jaron Kiawe-Sagapuatele was a perfect 3 for 3 on his opening drive, where resulted in his first collegiate touchdown since then. Been pretty dynamic as well. And on the flip side for Oregon State, struggles right out of the gate, especially on defense. And joining us live from Research Stadium is Olivia Cleary. Liv, rough first couple of drives for the Beavers, especially that first one. They had the fumble that put them back. That led to that quick 3 and out. And from what we heard from the coaches all offseason long, this was definitely not the start they were looking for to kick off the season.
Yeah, like you said, just a really slow start for Oregon State, and Cal, total opposite. Cal's true freshman quarterback, Jaron Kiawe-Sagapuatele, came out just looking like a veteran, making the easy, good, quick passes, getting his team up the field. We've yet to see that as much from Oregon State, but just a little bit ago, we saw a really nice 30-yard completion from Malik Murphy to Trent Walker. So if the Beavs can kind of turn that up and keep that going for the rest of the game, hopefully they can claw their way back into this one.
Really important, like that you mentioned, and actually we just saw on the broadcast a few moments ago, the Beavers finally got on the scoreboard with their first field goal. But the defense, I think, is going to be the key for them, because it's looked like they haven't had any answers for JKS. So where do you feel like they need to do to be able to kind of slow him down and get themselves back in this game?
Honestly, a big part of Cal's offense right now has been the pass, so a lot of it is going to fall on Oregon State's secondary just to step it up, and also on the defensive line, just applying more pressure on Sagapuatele and letting Cal know this is our stadium, this is our house, we're not letting you have anything else that's that easy.
Yeah, Liv, I think that's going to be really key for them. I mean, we've seen them revamp the secondary, revamp the defensive line. We've seen a lot of revamping going around this program, but give Cal's defense also a lot of credit as well. It kind of coming to this game, I thought this would maybe be a little bit more of a shootout style, especially with JKS and Malik Murphy. So what have you seen from the Cal defense that's allowing them to kind of throw the Oregon offense off balance, considering that heading into this year, we thought with, Murphy at the quarterback and the running back with Anthony Hackinson that we could see a truly dynamic offense in this game?
I feel like the answer there is simple, Brett. It's just intensity and energy. Cal on both sides of the ball, and especially on defense, just came out of the gate with their heads on fire. It felt like they're not letting Oregon State get anything easy. And like you said, you got to give them their flowers. They've just been playing with a high level intensity and energy, and it's worked out for them.
I have a couple more questions for you. We still have a couple more minutes left in this block for you. What have you seen from head coach Trent Bray? Have you noticed any reactions from him on the sideline, especially after those first 2 early touchdowns? Did you see him kind of try to rally the team, obviously, as he's now back as a defensive coordinator while being head coach? What did you kind of see on the sidelines?
Well, honestly, honestly, my view has been kind of blocked. I've been over on Cal's sideline, and they travel in a big group, so I haven't seen much myself. But just being at practices, being at fall camp, you know Trent Bray, he has that intensity himself, and you know he's going to try to instill that in his defense for the rest of the game, because Trent Bray is not the type of coach that's like, okay, just go out there, try your best. He wants them to come out firing on all cylinders, and hopefully the Beavs can come into this next period with all of that energy.
Olivia, I just got one more final question for you before we let you go. A big takeaway that you think we need to see from Oregon State offense, right? They got the field goal, but you can't really win games on field goals. How do you feel like, and what do you feel like the Beaver offense needs to do to finally get that ball into the end zone?
It comes down, again, the answer I feel like is simple, like I said for the last one, but a big part of it is just going to be confidence and comfortability. Malik had the spring and the fall to kind of build chemistry with his team, but it's really hard to replicate that game day environment in practice, and it's kind of been a wake-up call here today. So just getting more comfortable out there and making it seem almost like a practice environment, taking the stress off of the quarterback. And hopefully from there, we'll see the Beavs get on the scoreboard.
I think it's going to be very important. Olivia, thanks for joining us. Olivia Cleary joining us live from Corvallis. Hopefully she can get back to the action. But for you folks at home, don't go anywhere just yet, because when we come back, we're going to be taking a trip down to Southern Oregon, where the SOU Raiders hope to repeat last year's success. Stick with us. The College Game Night Show. We'll be right back.